So who regulates traditional life insurance and fixed annuities? Good question. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states and Puerto Rico, and the founder of CGO, Contractual Guarantees Only. We only look at what an annuity will do, not what it might do, not the hypotheticals and theoreticals and all of that nonsense. So let's get to that question of who oversees and who regulates and who's doing a pretty darn good job during this chaos after this. So traditional life insurance and fixed annuities regulated at the state level. So every state has an insurance commissioner, Department of Financial, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But overseeing all of that is the NAIC, National Association of Insurance Commissioners, which all of the state insurance commissioners are part of, but there's an overseeing body as well to make sure that the companies are solid financially, that they are following those regulations on what they can and they cannot invest in. I always tell people, life insurance companies, annuity companies, well, life insurance companies issue annuities. So, in essence, life and annuity companies, they're not smarter than banks. They're just more regulated. They're more handcuffed to not do stupid things. Now, have there been charlatans and sociopaths enter the building in the annuity industry and lie? Yeah, but they're in prison. The last one was about 5 years ago, and really, really smart person, we thought, was running the show. And long story short, without getting into the details, every single person got every single penny back, but the person that was running the show, because he was not truthful with the NAIC and the state insurance commissioner, they are currently in prison. So it is a well-regulated industry. But let me throw a little bit of a nuance to that. Having done this for a long time, 3 decades, what I have seen is the annuity industry itself, the big carriers themselves, self-police. Annuities, and there's many different types, are nothing more than confidence products. The fixed annuity space for sure. For lifetime income, QLACs, ADIAs, and SPIAs, income riders. Then you have principal protection products like index annuities and MIGAs. They're confidence products. So the industry knows that the public cannot lose confidence in those products. So there's a lot of behind-the-scenes self-regulation goes on that I'm aware of, that I can't talk about, but I am aware of. Okay? Now, backing up life insurance policies and annuities are what's called the State Guarantee Fund. It is not FDIC. It's the state guarantees it, but we've seen a very, very good track record with state guarantee funds. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen 3 companies be absorbed by the state because they should have absorbed them, and every single time everyone got their money back. And that's people that had money above and beyond the state guarantee fund limit. I'm not saying go crazy, but I am saying that the annuity industry doesn't want to gore the golden goose of confidence. All right, so the NAIC does a great job, in my opinion. You can go to, I think it's NAIC.com or NAIC.org. I'm not sure. Just type in NAIC, and you can see what they do, and they have their meetings and all this stuff. But in essence, you know, everybody at the state level working together and doing kind of the same thing to protect the consumer. That's what this is all about. It's all about you. And these are confidence products. And as 14 to 15,000 people are turning 65 every single day looking for guarantees, looking for pension type products, these insurance commissioners and the NAIC they're working with and for, they have a lot of responsibility. They don't take that lightly. They really don't. And I think that the 2 instances in my recent past, one in 2008, one in 2021, I think it was, they learn from those things. The insurance commissioners learn from what happened, and you know, the consumers were taken care of. It was great, but they learn and they get better. I think one of the big things they have to do, they have to look at everybody. When an annuity company wants to sell an annuity in different states, they have to go to each state for approval. That's the reason when you go to my site, and you run quotes or you see the live MIGA feed, some carriers aren't in those states. They haven't either been approved or those carriers didn't apply to be sold in those states. And some states are very strenuous on what they do and what they require to get approved in those states. New York's one of them. I'm not saying good or bad, just they're very, very tough to get anything through. For instance, a lot of the income riders aren't approved in New York. I don't know why. I think they're a pro-consumer product, but they just are not. And you can't play games anymore. Back in the day, early day, some agents, I never did this. I don't know why I never did that, but it didn't feel right. They'd have people from New York flying to Florida, sign the paperwork at the Florida airport, and then fly back to New York. Back then it was good, but they've closed that loophole. NAIC is looking. They're doing the best they can. I'm sure they're understaffed and underpaid, but from all I've seen in my time out here, and I'm the #1 independent fixed annuity agent in the country, I have nothing but good things to say. They're doing a heck of a job. And I also want to give some props to the 4 rating services that we use, AM Best, Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and Fitch. We do not use Weiss. If you want to call me and ask me why, I'll tell you. I know them, but we just don't use them. AM Best, Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and Fitch. We use those rating services. And we also, shout out to a couple of my friends who are retired Wall Streeters that for whatever reason enjoy looking at the financials of these companies. And we do that, and we look at that and look at the risk mitigation of all of that. But that's who oversees life insurance and annuities. Now, life insurance companies issue annuities, fixed annuities. I do not sell life insurance or traditional long-term care, even though there are some annuities for long-term care. I just don't. I specialize in the annuity space. I do have the 2 top people in life insurance and long-term care as personal friends. So if you want to see that, you get to talk to them. Because, I just think being a specialist makes sense, because I just live this space. I know it backwards and forwards. But in combination with NAIC, in combination with the state, insurance commissioners, and then me being out here for so long and been doing this for so long, and I really do understand it, you're in good hands. We hope that you use us or think about using us. If you want to become a client, go to my site, theannuityman.com, run quotes 24/7, 365, download my 6 owner's manuals for free. I've done thousands of videos. I have a Fun with Annuities podcast that comes out every 2 weeks as well. I'm flooding the zone with content and with facts, not sales pitches. You'll never hear a carrier's name here. You'll never hear about a specific product. You're going to hear about the general nature of annuity so you can make a good informed decision on your terms and on your time frame. Do me one last favor. Spinning clock above my head, just right above me, is a video that I did on lifetime income and how artificial intelligence is going to affect the life insurance and annuity industry, and it will. And I know for a fact that the NAIC is really watching this and keeping a close eye. I feel good about that. They are proactively addressing this and looking at it. But my prediction is going to come true. If you want to watch that video, it'd be a good foundation for you to have. So with that being said, I'll see you next time. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man.